Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it, but Harden says free throws are a part of basketball. Either you're going to foul me or I'm going to score.
Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. And for Brooklyn, Wilson Chandler out there with Jordan. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at the 1.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in, guys, too, Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
Now the Rockets with it. Harden inside the three-point line. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. To the inside, Jordan lays it up off the glass. Jordan's got the opening basket of the game for the Nets.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Now, here is Harden. The 3. Jordan with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Here's Irving. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Outside Jordan. Katie against Gordon. And again, it's Brooklyn converted.
And sometimes, guys, there's just no stopping Durant. His jumper is straight cash, and especially given how high his release point is on that jumper.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Irving. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Boy, that was a masterful read from the talented Harden. I mean, he's at his best when he's attacking in the open court. Nobody better.
Here's Katie. Over Gordon. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Capella. He can't get that one to fall. Durant with some nice D. Here's Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Harris looking it over. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Here's Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Harris outside. On its way from Irving for 2. Rebounded by Tucker.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
That's a 2 from Gordon, and that one's on target from the wing. Brooklyn leading by 4. Outside Irving. And there's the pass to Jordan. Outside, KD. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Now here's Irving. The dish to Harris. Passes to Jordan. Outside for Durant. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Harris from the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Outside, KD. And Durant gets double teamed. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rockets with the rebound. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Here's Irving after Eric Gordon's bucket. For 3, Durant. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Westbrook. Kicks it out to Harden. Lets it go from deep. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Harden is known for his creativity. Can't lose him in the screen and roll, or he'll take you to school.
Irving finds KD. Here's Jordan. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Jordan's got 6 points. Rockets trail. Now Westbrook. He has 6. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
And the Nets making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And then for Houston, Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Pass to Harris. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Harden. 7 points in the game. Over to the wing. Capella inside. Guarded by KD. 5 to shoot. Here's Rivers. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here is Harden. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Harden against Dinwiddie. House. Good work defensively by KD.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Down low. Here's...
Oh,
wow. That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Now here's Jordan. 6 points for him. Irving double team. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. He gets that one. And the Nets lead by 6.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Rivers, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Brooklyn.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
A free throw drops for Rivers.
Well, you know, guys, with the style of offense the Rockets play, they hear some criticism. They look for fouls, they want to draw fouls, and they shoot a ton of threes. No matter what the game situation is, they're jacking up threes. It does polarize some fans and purists who follow the game.
And here's Prince outside. Drills the three-pointer.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And the dunk by Capella.
Hey, we know Harden can score it, but he also has great vision.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. Pass to LeVert. Jacks up a 3. Rockets with the rebound. And with the Rockets, they've heard plenty about how they look for fouls.
And that's a big part of how they attack. I mean, they want to draw fouls, want to get to that foul line. They make no bones about it. But because of the pace of play being as slow as it was for them, they were third in that category. They also were third in free throws made.
Here now is Dinwiddie. Following the 3 from Austin Rivers. Kicks it out to Prince. There's the triple. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Harden. 9 points in the game so far. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
The first one falls. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Harden hits them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Here's LeVert. No points in the game yet for him. Inside, here's Allen. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Boy, exhibiting toughness right there and persistence. Allen might have been fouled on that inside basket.
Harden the pass to Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's LeVert. Takes a shot at the elbow. They grab their own miss. Allen's shot is off. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. It's Harden with the drive. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Harden's got 13.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Rivers against Dinwiddie. Now here's LeVert. Tight defense on him. A baseline J. Good on the bucket. And the Nets lead by 2.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harden.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
LeVert with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Beyond the arc. Tie game in Brooklyn. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heel.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Caruch is out there with Prince, and it's Allen in at the 5. The Rockets trail. Now, here is Harden. Stolen away. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, dangerous on the fast break. Spencer Dinwiddie, so fast and gets up and down quickly.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Now here's Rivers. He's got 6. Kicks it to Harden. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Kurucs was the 40th pick and wasn't expected to contribute, Greg, in year 1, but his strong play as a rookie has helped rescue a Nets team that was teetering on the brink with the loss of Karis LeVert.
You know, they had guys who could shoot, and they had guys who could defend, but no one who could do both.
Take a break.
Can
Take
hit
a break.
open threes, and
Two
with
shots.
that 7'2" wingspan, a factor defensively.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. P.J. Tucker comes in for Clint Capella, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for James Harden. He hits both from the stripe. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
Now here's Rivers. He's got 6. Here's House. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
He had a nice open look right there. Green's got 5.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
To the middle. Here's Dinwiddie. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And it's 8 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the paint. Caruch passes to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie drives in. They double him with Green. Shot clock at 6. Back to Dinwiddie. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And it's LeVert missing.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Inside, here's Westbrook. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Now it's just a 3-point Nets lead.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Dinwiddie outside. To the left side wing. Here's Caruch, guarded by Tucker. Great D that time from Green. Rockets trail by 3. To the right side. From the arc. Tucker can't get it to go. The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Caruch passes to Prince. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Dinwiddie with it. Picked up by Rivers. And it's LeVert missing.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And Westbrook throws it down.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's LeVert. He's got 6. Free throw line jump shot. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Rivers has got the lead up to 1 now for the Rockets. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. And the pass to LeVert. Back to Dinwiddie. To the inside. Here's Caruch. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Dinwiddie. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Second round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Mark, you played the traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These 4 men now are not really the enforcing type physical guys that we saw in the 80s and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim protectors, they're shot makers from deep. And guys like Anthony Davis and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
The first free throw is good. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, PJ gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Well, you know, last season for the Rockets, not as strong as the season prior. 53 wins and 4th seed compared to 65 wins and the number 1 seed in 2018. Still face the same fate in the playoffs, though. Not able to overcome the Warriors.
And here are the Rockets now. After the basket by Brooklyn. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Clark, for the Rockets, that was the 4th time in the last 5 years they've lost to the Warriors in the playoffs.
And it's easy to see why this team has become a bit obsessed with beating the Warriors. They've been unable to do it in 4 or 5 meetings. The team is still in a good spot to compete. I think they just need to tweak just a touch to maybe get over the hump.
Here's Irving after Eric Gordon's bucket. Passes it to Harris. Chandler outside. There's the 3. Rebound by House. Rockets trailed by 3. Westbrook with it. He's got 12. Pass to Tucker. Nailed from three-point land. Tucker's got 4 points this quarter.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from 3, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now here's Irving. He's got 8. Outside Durant. Lets it go with the 3. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Jordan finds Chandler, makes it off the glass. Chandler's got his 2nd basket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Well, last season, for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Capella, he's checked in for Houston. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 1. Pass to Jordan. Harris outside. Kept alive. Houston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Westbrook laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Westbrook's got the lead up to 3 now for the Rockets.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Irving dishes to Harris. Lobs it up for Jordan. Great communication on the alley-oop.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 17. To the wing right side. Here's Capella. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's now 6 points for Clint Capella. Nets trail by 3. Irving looking over the floor. Harris against Rivers. Here's Jordan. The pass to Irving. Rivers against Harris. Lock at 6. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Fournette shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Irving against Westbrook. Passes it to Chandler. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammate.
And the dunk by Capella.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
Nets trailed by 6. Outside, KD. Harden against Harris. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
The 3 from Harden. Good on the 3-point shot. And now a 9-point Houston lead.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
The shot by Chandler, wide open. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
I like how Gordon stays low to the ground, keeps that center of gravity anchored. Quick driving inside, and excellent finishing at the basket.
Now here is Harris. He has 5. He kicks to Irving. To halt the run. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 5th assist in this one.
I love the 3-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
And here is KD. Fires the 3. And so we wrap up the first half. Rockets lead by 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 23 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
The difference so far, no one can stay with Westbrook. He sees control of the pace, and we know how aggressive he can be once he gets on the roll.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, get to a better rhythm in the second half.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The forwards are Gordon and Tucker. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And Brooklyn has possession. Irving against Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Durant. Takes the 3. Good on the triple. KD's got 7 points in the game.
And that stroke of Durant. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Westbrook throws it down hard.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
There's the double team with Westbrook. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Pass to Durant. Banked in off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Harden against Harris. Puts up a 3. Harden's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Down low. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Chandler.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
In the corner, it's Gordon over Jordan. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Irving against Westbrook. There's the pass to KD. The 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Harris against Harden. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit, and even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on. You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Torian Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Harris. And Clark, last year, Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
KD can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Passes it to Gordon. Shoots the three. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Quick release from Gordon. Like seeing him shoot it as soon as he gets it.
Allen outside. Back to Irving from downtown. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 7 rebounds in the game. Harden the pass to House. Shot from the wing, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by House. Harden's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Irving kicks to Durant. Allen trying to break free, and the Nets miss again. And it's Houston's ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Timeout called the Nets.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Rivers checked in. It's the Nets now. It's a 13-point game. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Westbrook. To end the run. Good. He hits the jump shot. LeVert's got 8.
Boy, guys, it's so good to see somebody still taking advantage of the mid-range. LeVert with the bucket.
Here's Westbrook, but he recovers it. Goes back up. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. And Gordon over to help. Stolen by Gordon. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Another shot. The shot by House is no good. Nets trailed by 11. Dinwiddie, left side. Dishes to Irving. Allen passes to Irving. Irving double team. To the middle. LeVert. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. LeVert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, you can see the confidence level LeVert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
And that one goes out of bounds, as touched by Prince.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Westbrook double teamed. Capella with it, guarded now by Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon.
On defense, Levert showing great versatility. I mean, this guy is doing a nice job getting his hand up in the face of shooters.
Irving against Westbrook. Pass to Prince. Outside Irving. Pass to Levert. Fires from deep. Rebound by House. House has got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the paint. Here's Gordon. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Nice to see Gordon use his touch down low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
One shot.
Free throw no good from Gordon. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Allen's shot is off. Houston leading by 9. Here's Westbrook. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. He's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
Here's House. Almost, but it rolls out. Nets trail by 10. Inside, here's Prince, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
The pass to Rivers. He dishes it to Capella. Excellent D there from Allen.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Pass to House. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
And it's Gordon missing. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. To the inside. And that's Prince, that time on the assist by Dinwiddie. That's 12 points for Taurean Prince.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Irving finds Allen. Back to Irving. Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Nets for two.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Rivers against Allen. Capella, the pass to Gordon. On the clock. From deep three-point range, Houston gets it back. And here's Westbrook from the arc. The shot misses.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Prince, the pass to Irving. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
A nice shot by Rivers. And that's trailed by 8. Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. There's the double team with Westbrook. Back to Irving. Launches it. It doesn't go for him. And the Rockets take it the other way.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Here's Gordon. Rebound, Brooklyn. Irving against Gordon. Now Irving. Missed. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. The Rockets on top, up 8. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. Durant is out there with Caruth. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Westbrook's got 38 points.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Westbrook with the bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Dinwiddie, and the layup is good.
Seeing Dinwiddie in attack mode, boy, that's fun to watch. Outstanding at getting to his spots and cashing in.
It's Harden with the drive. Good on the shot. Harden's got 25 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
There's the double team with Westbrook. Takes a 3. And it's Caruth missing. Rockets leading by 10. Puts it up. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Must respect the jumper of Gordon. I mean, he's got the confidence of his teammates to shoot it from there. You got to get to him.
Harris uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Westbrook up top, Dinwiddie covering. Harden, no good.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
A shot by Jordan, no good.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Timeout called, the Nets. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journey.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, on fire tonight. I mean, Capella's scoring numbers can come from a lot of directions. Lots of dunks, lay-ins, and putbacks. They can add up quickly.
Down low, here's Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
They get it again, Capella, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, Capella is a real force inside. I mean, when he gets this close, you pretty much have to foul him. And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capella's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
And with Capella, Clark, the numbers don't lie. He is a big factor on offense now.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, his hands have gotten better. That's not something you can always see in a big guy, is improvement in his hands, but he's gotten better in catching and finishing. I love the way he moves and is always ready for the pass. He catches some tough stuff in traffic, and he gives you all of this at the offensive end with high-level defense, too.
And, well, whatever your feelings may be on the Rockets, you can't deny their offense works.
Yeah, it does work, really. I mean, I agree with you. 2nd in offensive rating last year, 4th in effective field goal percentage. This team knows how to produce points and be efficient in doing so, and they stay with their approach. They don't let teams take them off their game plan.
Here's Gordon. Tucker finds Capella. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's KD. Lets it go from 11, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. Westbrook's got 11 rebounds in the game. Harden outside. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Capella's so good at finishing around the rim, showing you right there great explosiveness inside.
Here's Dinwiddie. Outside Durant, a 3-ball. The Rockets pull it in. Westbrook's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Houston with a new 14.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass, just sailed it right out of bounds.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Houston leading by 14. Lob pass to Capella. Here's Irving. Outside Durant. Pass to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the shot goes down. 10 points for Wilson Chandler.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Harris against Harden. With some art. Tries again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
You know, he was born in Switzerland, guys. Clint Capella's had quite the journey to NBA stardom. I mean, started his pro career in France, and he was a late first-round pick in 2014.
First free throw is good. And with Clint Capella, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. I mean, he fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
Second free throw, no good.
And, you know, guys, you look at the Rockets, they've been in the midst of a great championship window. A lot of teams have been trying to avoid going for titles against the Warriors. The Rockets have been in win-now mode, very aggressive in trying to get to the top.
To the middle. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Capella's got 16 points here in the second half. Nets trailed by 15. Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Down in the low post, it goes. And Clark, you have to admire the Rockets for not shying away from the challenge of keeping up with a great team like Golden State.
Yeah, I have great respect for the Rockets, guys, because they've come as close as any team in the West to knocking off the Warriors. You know, they took them to a Game 7 and also had a chance in last season's playoffs when KD was injured. I think you've got to admire their competitive spirit and not backing down.
Right. On the high post, again, the Nets for two.
Boy, he's doing everything he can. At this point, the rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Here's Harden, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 30.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Harden, no good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And the dunk by Chandler.
When Chandler's cutting to the basket, I mean, he wants to throw it down. That's what he's looking to do. He's a ferocious dunker, too.
Bounce pass from Westbrook. Harden gets the bucket.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Westbrook against KD over Chandler. Here's Capella. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Capella's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Harris inside, guarded by Harden. Just 4 to shoot. Irving from long range. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Gordon, and another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Irving, and Irving throws it down.
You know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Harden against Harris. And it's blocked by Jordan. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Irving.
And he's done this so much that we almost take Kyrie for granted. Let's take tonight to appreciate what a special player he is.
Harris against Harden. The tray. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trailed by 11. Here's Irving. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Irving's got 31.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And Harden comes to help. Irving from long range. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 34 points for Kyrie Irving.
And you got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
The three from Harden. Kept alive by Houston.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Timeout called. The Nets. They trail by 8. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Irving. Count that one. Irving's got 36.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch him.
Harden against Harris. The kick out to Westbrook. Stolen by Durant. A finish and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's just the height, the length coming into play there. No one stopping Durant.
And so they foul intentionally. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting two.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And, you know, the Beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard? Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
Timeout called. The Nets. They're trailing by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
And Harris plays with such freedom and fearlessness. He's a guy you can count on to take and make big shots.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving against Westbrook. Irving dishes to Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
2.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting for Houston, Eric Gordon. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Gordon just continues to prove why he's so valuable. I mean, he knows he's out there to shoot the ball, and he does it very well.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Brooklyn with the ball. Waba kicks to Chandler. Here's Temple. And again, no good by Brooklyn. So we see the Rockets get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group